Alright, I'm gonna get straight to this. Like I always do. Looking at society today concerning Caucasians and African melanated beings, uh, we could just say the original people of the planet. What I see today is modern day slavery. Let me explain. Now, the reason why I say I see modern day slavery, I see the same shit that I've researched as far as our ancestors being in servitude slavery. But I see it on a more up to date scale. Here are a few key points. During slavery, concerning our ancestors, a Caucasian could be beating an African, and the rest of the Africans that were in servitude slavery, they will watch, they will cry, and they will run and pray to Jesus, the one that the Caucasians gave them during slavery. Yeah, during slavery. Gave to them by force. Beat them into their ass. Okay? Was not willingly accepted. I don't give a fuck how y'all feel this. This is actual facts. Now, they didn't do shit, the slaves. They just watched and they outnumbered the slaves. Didn't do shit. Sat back and watched. Cried and shit. And went and prayed to Jesus about the shit. Couple days went by. They forgot all about the shit. And everything was back to normal. Picking cotton. Being a slave. Getting their ass whooped. Being raped. The men being raped. People being tortured. Boiled in pots to death. If a woman was barren, she was ripped apart. Because she was no good. She couldn't breed a slave. Those that weren't way up in age, they were sold for hardly nothing to another slave master. You know, when the slave master's child became of teenage years, he would take one of the female slaves that looked it up to part, or meaning that one that looked it more, I guess, more beautiful. He would make his teenage son have sex with her. All right, then they would pass this slave girl, this African slave girl, to other slave owners, and their children or teenage sons would have sex with this slave girl against her will. Now, if you want information concerning that, go read the book Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews, Volume 1. Okay? And what else? They would take the house nigga, the nothing ass motherfucker, make him feel a little bit more superior than the field niggas. Give him a better brand of clothes, even though it wasn't much. Dress him all up, teach him the Bible their way, and he will go keep the field niggas in check through the Bible. Now, let's bring that all the way up till today. And what do we have? What do we see? Now, I'm going to just keep it all the way 100. All the way gutter. I ain't sugarcoating shit. You weak ass niggas. Up until this day, y'all will pull out a cell phone when y'all see a cop beating a black person unjustly. You just sit there and watch, do the same old shit that our ancestors did. Sit there and watch. Back during slavery, they would grab a family member of a slave, hang him in a tree, and you motherfuckers would watch. Okay? Would watch. Today, the same shit is going on. Pulling out your cameras, watching. Same shit. The slave masters, if a black person tried to break away and tried to run away, they would get the dog, and the dog would help them find the slave. Today, these motherfuckers still got the dog. See, the police used to be the slave catchers during slave. They had the exact same badge that the police department wear today. Okay? This is just a fact. It is structured the exact same way. So during slavery, the police officers would be labeled as the slave catchers. And today, these motherfuckers is the same exact role players of that which took place during slavery. Now, just recently, a Caucasian, I can't think of his name, I think his name Anthony, but it's a Caucasian cop. He exposed the corruption of Caucasian police officers just being a righteous, upstanding humanitarian. The guy did. And he lost his job. He said his boss told him to take it down. He said he ain't taking shit down. And the man lost his job. Okay? Because he broke their code. Their code of honor. Which is, we must continue to fuck over black people. Okay? Now, you got cops can run around, kill black people all the time, break in their house, break in the wrong house, kill them unjustly. Don't shit happen. They sweep it under the rug. Black people start protesting. After a few days, they get over the shit. They forget about it. They don't turn the fuck up. Okay, but they'll kill each other. Same shit during slavery. Modern day slavery. But they would actually, they would fire the man on the basis of this instead of something that should be absolutely just common sense. You know, get rid of a motherfucker for killing somebody unjustly. Instead of that, they suspend them with pay. So this is what we're dealing with today. Modern day slavery. Black people get in trouble in a critical situation against the modern day slave catchers, aka police department. They run to Jesus. White man come up in the church, shoot the shit out you while you praying to Jesus. Jesus don't do shit. Just like he didn't do shit during slavery. These are facts. Personally, I don't give a shit how you feel. I'm just spitting facts. This ain't got nothing to do with belief. I'm spitting facts. Okay, so take it how you want. But I'm going to continue to spit nothing but truth. Anything else is uncivilized. Now, during slavery, the dog could eat from the table. The dog had more rights than a slave. Now, y'all know I'm going with this, because today, the dog has more right than the African in America. You kill a dog, your ass gonna get more time in prison than you would killing another black person. Look at Michael Vick. I'll never forget, I was at work. And co-worker told me, she said, I'm trying to think of how this shit went. I want to get it right. But yeah, I remember. She said the conversation came up like if she said somebody, if her husband was to lose his job, she might lose her house. And she was telling me about all the dogs she had and how much money it was worth. And I was like, you might have to wind up selling one of your dogs, just to Buy yourself some time till he can get on his feet to help, keep the mortgage and everything paid. Can y'all believe this woman told me? But I got patient like a motherfucker. The lady told me, she said, sell one of my dogs. Go sell one of your children. Shit. In my mind, I was like, you bitch. But you know what? Me knowing the nature in which Caucasians were designed, the average Caucasian, not all of them, but the majority of them, me knowing the nature in which they were designed, I said, shit, she just being herself. She being herself. She told me, go sell one of my children. I wouldn't dare sell one of my dogs. They're like family to me. So this should tell you what you dealing with when it come to Caucasians and this dog. You ain't shit to them compared to a dog. Okay? That's like a spit in your face. She basically mentally spit in my face. Okay? But what I was to do? What the fuck was I supposed to do? Go off on to lose my job, go to jail and shit? Huh? No. Smarter than that. But anyway, she wound up getting fired. Okay? But anyway, for something else. But that's just how karma goes. So, I see modern day slavery today. I see it. They got the pastors keeping people calm. Let us go pray to Jesus. Black man get shot running down the street, just jogging and shit. Okay? Then you got the Uncle Toms, such as the lady named Candace. I forget her whole name. With her ragged ass. She could say shit like, she could basically try to justify the man's death. She would be the modern day house nigga. Okay? Most definitely. She would be the one that would be the one that the slave master would be having sex with when the wife leave out or go into town and buy stuff. She would be that one. She would be that one that the slave master would get pregnant, okay, and have a baby by. Yeah. Modern day slavery. I see it. I see it. And then the way that the system was set up, the way that the system was set up during slavery, anybody that was living in white skin had authority over anybody that was black. I don't give a shit what age they was. Motherfucker could be 5. He had authority over that black man or that black woman. Seen images of a whole family. I seen plenty images of like a little baby, the mother, the husband, the son, hung from one rope, branched off with like 4 or 5 other ropes. Whole families hung. We talking about the nature of a beast, not a 4-legged beast, but a 2-legged beast. And you motherfuckers sit back and watch. Boy, I know I ain't cut from y'all cloth. Nat Turner had to be some kid to me. Well, my granddaddy, he come from the Geechee tribe. If y'all know anything about the Geechee tribe, they were the ones that rebelled during slavery. So yeah, I come from that cloth. So they was the ones that was actually fighting the slave masters, killing them and shit. They come from the Congo. Yeah. So I know I'm not cut from that cloth. I ain't come from no lineage of Uncle Toms and house niggas and shit. Not me. It just ain't in me. I'm not genetically wired like that. But the rest of y'all, modern day slavery. All the way. Yeah. I see it. Y'all don't see it? got the modern day preacher, which was the modern day Uncle Tom, kept the slaves in check, kept them in la la land through religion. Religion, they realigned your thoughts on some bullshit. Okay, they should have called it realignment because they realigned you. All right, and then you got the dog, modern day dog, get more respect than you. Until today, the system still considers black people 3/5 of a human. They still ain't changed the shit, which lets you know that the people in power right now behind the governmental structure still feel the same way about you that their ancestors felt about you. Otherwise, they would totally change that shit. So it shows you that the system is not in your favor if you black. So you can go do all of this, declare nationality all you want. They just gonna try you for treason. Eventually, they'll charge you for treason, trying to overthrow the government. If they was gonna do anything beneficial for black people, they would have been did the shit by now. As far as reparation goes, okay, as far as treating us with the proper respect that we are due, since we are the ones that brought them out the caves, taught them how to read, how to write, okay, put them on their feet on the road to civilization. Every time they went into a dark age, it was us that took them out of the dark age. And what kind of thanks do we get in return? We don't get nothing. Nothing at all. So, if that was going to do any good for us, they would have been did the shit by now. So, you can say stuff like, well, you got to declare your nationality to become a sovereign. I just ain't buying that shit. I ain't going to say, I'm not going to knock it. I'm going to say, anything that is useful, do it. But when it all boils down to it, you still viewed the same way that their ancestors view you. Merchandise, stock. All right? A servant, a slave. They have a sworn oath among themselves to never allow you to rise above them. This is a Masonic oath. This is something that those in power that use the average Caucasian as a pawn through control, through media, have agreed with. They live by a code. And since that cop broke that code, his ass was fired. Can y'all see it? Man, I don't think y'all get it. I don't think y'all see this shit. They can bust in your house, take you out your car, do whatever, kill you for no reason, you're unarmed, you're handcuffed, beat the hell out you, shoot you about 100 times, and the motherfucker get away with it. And then a man get fired for speaking truth to injustice. Okay? And he just speaking on corruption within the police department. And he get fired. What that tell you? I seen videos where there was like 30 black people. 4 cops. They all stand and watch. Boy. See, we need more people like me. I'm just being real with you. Whew. Shit sad. It ain't enough Malcolm X's. It ain't enough people with the spirit of Nat Turner on this planet. Because the majority always rule when it comes to society. So it was during slavery. The majority was scared. And that fear was embedded in them before they was even born. They would beat the shit out the woman while they was pregnant. Hell, they would tie the woman while they was pregnant. It was a breeding thing. That would make the women make all of them have sex at the same time. Okay, they would take a mandingo so they can breed strong slaves. Just read the Willie Lynch letter. And when the woman would get pregnant, they would take one, chain her up against a tree, pregnant now, butt naked, while all the other women watched this take place. They would take a knife, cut the baby out the woman's stomach, squash the baby in the head with the heel of his boot. And this ingrained fear in the baby before the baby was even born. The baby feared the Caucasian. And these niggas holding these phones today, recording shit, not doing shit, is direct offsprings of them slaves. They would lay the woman on the ground, okay, and beat the hell out of her, but they would make it where the baby was secure on the ground by putting a hole in the ground, and the baby would still be okay, so they can have slaves to keep their pockets rich, while we gets nothing but hell on earth and a fucking false ass promise of heaven when we die. Now, if heaven was so goddamn real they was talking about, they wouldn't have treated you like that, because they knew they would be going to this hell damn fire that they told you that existed. That's just common sense. Look, let me say it again. If the heaven that they told you about, was so real, they would not have treated you that way, because they knew, they would have known that they would be going to hell. They didn't give a fuck about this heaven here. This ought to tell you they was just giving you some bullshit fairy tales. Somewhere along the way they knew it was some bullshit. Or either they knew that they were the devil them goddamn selves, and it didn't matter. One or the other. You can believe that shit. Because the damage that the Caucasians have done throughout history, this ain't spewing rhetoric. This is actual goddamn facts. You can read all type of books and find this shit out. Okay? Unless your ass was just born yesterday and you don't know no better, or you come from another planet. Everybody know this shit. We know that they've been killing for centuries. Just murdering. We know this shit. This ain't nothing new. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is this. Just based off history. The Caucasian has outdone the devil in the Bible. Shit, the devil in the Bible ain't even killed nobody. And if he did, he was ordered by God in the Bible to do it. Even though we know God killed way more people than the devil in the Bible. It's just facts. God killed all his enemies except the devil. Actually, they allies. Otherwise, according to the Bible, why would he even talk about a place called hellfire if Satan's supposed to be the ruler over it? Why would he talk about sending his enemies to Satan? That means they linked up with each other. They got some type of pact. Okay? Some type of deal, contract or something. Alright? So shit, if you're gonna blame one, blame the other one. Yeah. But ain't nobody the Caucasians' history has outdone the devil in the Bible. So why would you believe them when it comes to them mistreating the shit out you, talking about you gonna go to heaven when you die? Why they had a heaven on earth? Boy, this is modern day slavery. Y'all don't see it? Modern day slavery. And guess what's going to continue to happen? Until all y'all turn into Nat Turners, Malcolm X's, weave that Martin Luther King shit out you. Sit-ins, where you sit in a restaurant and get your ass beat. That's some slavery shit. Until everybody turn into a Malcolm X, we're going to be in the same predicament that our ancestors was in. There would be no change. It's just that simple. Until we can get a nation of our own that we can call our own. Until we can get a police force of our own, or we can have our own nation, even though we're going to be charged with treason. But who gives a fuck? Because there is a nation within a nation in America. There's a black nation that is totally divided in certain parts. But then you got the Nation of Islam. They're a nation. But actually, that's the point of the Nation of Islam, if you ask me, to re-establish the black nation in America. And if Elijah's plan would have actually been established, I'm pretty sure the government would try to charge the Nation of Islam with treason. But I think it's been basically colonized, because it is not the same as what Elijah had it. But anyway, unless the black race in America can establish a nation of their own, there will be no change. Unless there is a divine intervention, there will be no change. But anyway, this is modern day slavery. It's up to us as a whole to make a change. Alright? Nobody else. You can keep on hoping and praying, just like our ancestors did, to Jesus floating up on a cloud in space some damn well, and see if you get any results. You ain't gonna get no results. You ain't the same damn thing our ancestors got. Your ass whooped. Alright? Same shit. You know they say insanity is when you do the same old thing over and over again, expecting different results. Well, guess what? Black people on a massive scale are some insane ass motherfuckers. Because they doing the same old shit that our ancestors was doing. Praying to Jesus, not getting no results. Getting their ass still whooped. Black people still getting murdered in the street for no reason, just for being black. Okay? White people getting away with murder because they used to be cops and shit, or just because they white. Okay? And they got friends with other friends that's in the system that can look out for them and sweep shit under the rug. Motherfuckers go to Burger King after they kill black people and get rewarded type shit. So, this is the society that we live in. White people have privilege. They know it. Many of them abuse it. There's a small few of them that acknowledge the wrong of their own race, and they point it out, and they are real humanitarians. All of them are not like that, but a lot of them is. But until then, y'all just observe the shit for yourself. See what's going on. Do research on history so you can see how the future is shaped. See, that way you can see with a wide eye on if things have changed. Okay, so you gotta take the history and bring it to the future or the present so you can see where we at. Have we made any major changes? Okay? See if it's another form of the same shit that took place back then. Just rearranged. Okay? This is how you can see if there has been a change on a global scale. And from my analysis, no, there has not. But until then, peace.